Hey, yo, say hello to the bad guy, Scott Hall, and I've got a scoop for you. And we all know there's a lot of podcasts out there, and I encourage you to check out this one. It's called Going In Raw. You heard it here first. Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw News Brief. What's in the news, Larson?
What's in the news? The Forbidden Door, that's in the news.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Well, that's what Chris Jericho, I guess, called the door that AEW would have to open for AEW and New Japan to work together.
Yeah.
So, of course, the AEW Championship played a massive role in Jericho's match against Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Played a massive role in getting fans' hopes up that we're going to get an AEW match off between them.
And so at his post-Wrestle Kingdom news conference, Jericho said, yeah, Forbidden Door is closed. However, people need to get over their hurt feelings and bruised egos, do what's best, making money for the company.
I agree wholeheartedly.
So the Young Bucks, they were interviewed by ESPN West Palm, and they were asked if the AEW's championship involvement in that whole match, that whole scenario, was any sort of sign or indication that a working relationship between New Japan and AEW is on the horizon. This is what they said, quote, "That was just a rumor. Nothing is happening. I think Chris did that to get the internet to talk a bit more about the situation," which worked.
Yes, it did.
"The door has not opened up at all. We wish them luck in what they're doing. A lot of our friends work in New Japan Pro Wrestling. If something came along, we'd be open."
Okay, hold on.
But nothing is happening right now. We'd be open. That's a huge departure from what they said in the past.
That's the door. That's the door. The door is open because he said, we have friends that work there. If something were to come along, we'd be open.
No, the door is the actual...
I guess the door...
communication. They're entertaining the idea of potentially like turning the doorknob. That's what we're open to.
I guess
they're open to opening it.
The door is more of like a solid working relationship that is set and in play with like talent exchanges, Okada Omega 5, all that kind of stuff
on an AEW show.
Yeah. But it is kind of, I mean, the thing about this that you can't really take with a grain of salt is the first chunk of it when they still seem, and I don't know which of the Jackson brothers, because Nick has sort of been the one who has been out front on all this stuff.
Yeah, he's the one, I believe, that tweeted like it was not happening.
He tweeted it's not happening. He made a crack on being the elite about it also. But if it was him or Matt, I mean, whichever one, I'm sure they're on the same page, saying that was sort of really downplaying just how much that AEW title being in the mix for that Tanahashi match really, really piqued a lot of interest.
Yeah.
Saying that was just a rumor. Nothing is happening. Chris just did that to get the internet to talk a bit more about the situation. Well, they did just that.
Yeah, but this is on Cage Side Seats. Apparently, Jericho did ask, at least for Tony Khan's blessing.
Yeah.
And that was granted.
Yeah. Well, Tony Khan, I'm sure, doesn't have any hurt feelings over the whole thing.
No.
So, I mean, look, I get it. You guys didn't like that you weren't invited to New Year's Dash so you can get written out of the company. At the same time, if it wasn't for that company, you wouldn't be where you are, A, and B, that company can take you to new heights if you just open up the door a little bit.
Yeah, no.
So, I mean, it is the fact that there is evidence out there that this is something that people want.
Oh, yeah.
The Chris Jericho Tanahashi thing especially, or that being an example, you would think would lubricate things a little bit more.
You think that would, or John Moxley being the U.S. champion in New Japan?
People would love to see Suzuki there in AEW.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely. That'd be great.
I mean, it'd be a great deal for New Japan. They don't have a U.S. TV deal right now. Having some of their talent show up on AEW television, which is a larger platform than anything Access could offer anyway.
Have you heard? I haven't heard Cody say word one about any of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't recall him saying anything.
There might be some, I mean, this is a very dramatic way of putting it, but a bit of a, I wonder if there would ever be like a little civil war. And that's a very dramatic way of putting it, but you know,
I guess Cody, I don't remember Cody mentioning anything about whether he has any hurt feelings or ill will towards his own departure.
Yeah.
From New Japan or not. Granted, he wasn't there as long as Kenny and the Young Bucks and never reached the same measure of success as either of them did. I mean, he had some good moments, some good matches, and was in some title programs.
I do remember.
But he would never reach the top of the mountain in his respective
sure.
division.
He was in a different position, I'm sure. I do remember. Do you remember Kenny talking about his status as a Gaijin wrestler, sort of being even though he was main eventing, still being a bit lower in terms of information passed his way versus the Japanese wrestlers?
I don't remember it in terms of that. I just remember him saying that there's been instances where he show up and find things day of.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's necessarily because anything to do with him being a foreigner or not.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. You would think maybe they think, hey, we did a lot for your company, especially with the beginning of your Western expansion. Maybe show us a little bit more respect. And why should we? We're the cock of the walk right now. Why should we? I would hope that all that kind of stuff would sort of fade away, because it really would be fun for fans, and that's what AEW sort of, I'm going to say promised, but it's like they're a company that's all about the fans. That's what they're supposed to be. Yeah. So hopefully that
yeah,
happens.
I mean, what the saying is, time heals all wounds.
Yeah,
and
especially in wrestling, that seems to be the case.
Yeah,
We've seen that endlessly.
At the end of the day, you're in the business of wrestling to make some money, and if you think money is to be had, you got to put aside your whatever hurt feelings you might have for the betterment of your company.
Speaking of a guy who is looking for money, Jeff Cobb, according to Pro Wrestling Sheet, he's a favorite of ours, that Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, man.
He's going to be sticking with Ring of Honor for the time being, but according to Pro Wrestling Sheet, he has not signed an exclusive deal with the company. They are reporting that Cobb will remain in Ring of Honor on a per-show deal.
Yeah.
His contract reportedly expired just last week on January the 1st, and he did not sign a new exclusive or long-term deal.
Smart move, Jeff Cobb.
The report states that even though he didn't sign an exclusive deal, he's happy with Ring of Honor and its direction and will continue to work with them unless something changes. NXT. So,
yeah, he just took a picture with Matt Riddle.
Yes, he did. That's right. And he said
Twitter.
he misses. That would be a heck of a tag team to introduce. The Chosen Bros, man.
That'd be great if they came back.
You couldn't do all that Frozen merchandise. Remember they had the Frozen. It was all of their merchandise. I mean, half the wrestlers' merchandise these days is all just homage parody stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
So yeah, he signed an exclusive 1-year deal back in December of last year. And he said Cobb revealed that Ring of Honor's relationship with New Japan was one of the reasons he decided to join Ring of Honor. And he had a couple matches in New Japan.
Yeah. He was in World Tag League a couple times.
And he worked the G1 Climax. That's right.
That's right. And he was in a program with Hiroki Goto for the Never Openweight title, I believe, as well.
Oh, Cobb would totally be a great Never title.
He would be a great Never title?
Never title champion holder guy is what I meant. And he's also been announced. This is great. He's been announced for Bloodsport.
That's going to be awesome.
Josh Barnett's Bloodsport.
Let's get Cal in there next.
We got to get Cal in there. We got to get
Cal
listen,
Bloodsport.
Right now, two of our guys, current Hates champion Simon Miller, he is up. There's 24 independent wrestlers all vying for the last spot in Retromania.
They all want to go retro.
They all want to go retro. And they're doing it via fan voting on Twitter.
Correct.
And so follow Simon Miller or follow us at Real Going in Raw. Looks like so far Simon Miller is well ahead of his opponent in the first round of voting.
Yeah.
So every time he reaches another round, man, we're putting everything behind it.
Man.
We're going to do everything we can to get the Hates champion in Retromania. That's right.
Our final bit of news here. It's been confirmed. Naito will make his first defense of the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental titles against Kenta.
Yeah, it's
Kenta taking place. New beginning in Osaka. That's February 9th.
Is that going to be one of the 2-show weekends?
That's the final weekend.
Is that
just
the final
one show.
weekend or is just the one? Okay, so that's going to be the big main event,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah,
It's built the big belts.
And this is the first confirmed match from the trio of New Beginning shows. I guess you can speculate on who's Goto in a thing. Oh, she can go Takagi and Goto. That'll probably happen. Suzuki versus Mox, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
That might go down.
Yeah.
That's worthy of headlining one of the shows.
Yeah, big time.
I don't know if they're going to do the Zack Sabre Jr. Will Ospreay program, if that's going to be for the Rev Pro British Heavyweight title. That can main event.
A lot of things going on.
There's a lot of stellar matches. Like Takahashi. Sorry. Guess who his first challenger is going to be?
Hold on, don't tell me. Thinking about it. Riley?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa, look at me. Good job, me. Wow. So Ingobernables versus Ingobernables.
See.
Interesting. Muy bueno. Also interesting that how long do you think the double title thing is going to, is he going to, at some point, is he going to say, well, I'll put this one up, but not this one. I'll put this one up, but not this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's if it ever be put in a situation where he's going to have to defend each title against separate opponents.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure they have a plan for the next 3 to 5 years already mapped out.
Maybe, hey, if Sonata wins the New Japan Cup and he was like, I don't want to take both your titles off you, Naito, I'll just challenge for the Intercontinental title. I know you didn't really care about that one anyways.
I would say, hey, look, you make a fine Intercontinental champion. Let me take that world title off you. Aim for this. That's what you always say. If you're there,
totally.
Aim for the stars, right?
But, it seems like Sonata, he's loyal to LIJ.
Yeah.
And so maybe he's like, all right, I respect you, Naito.
Take it to the top, man.
Well, obviously.
I'd say this. If I beat you for the IC title, I'll show you my respect. I'll beat you for the IC title. And if I do, you let me try to beat Tommy two belts.
Yeah, that's fine.
And let me get a shot then at the world title.
There you go. See, that's fair.
See, look at that. Gato, call us. Hit us up. We know what we're doing. We fantasy booked all of New Japan in 2020 just the other day on Overrun. You could check out on the Patreon at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. We have all sorts of great bonus content there, among other rewards.
Yes.
So check that out. Hey, listen, if you enjoyed this news brief, hit that like button.
And
we're trying to get
too.
this one up to 450 likes.
Sure.
I just want 450 likes on this episode.
Likes. All right,
let's try to get it there.
If you come across this video, it's already got 450. Don't let that stop you from still liking it.
Try to get it to 550. Sure, why not? We'll get there, sure. Anyways, that's it for the news brief. Thanks so much for tuning in. We have our Raw review up right now at the channel live, and then we'll be back tomorrow with another news briefs because I'm sure lots of stuff is going to happen overnight, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.